This is an exciting day for Houston and the Houston Police Department, and I'm so very thankful to have all of these individuals standing with me. I certainly want to acknowledge Councilmember Brenda Stardick, who chairs Public Safety, Councilmember Dwight Borkin from District D, Councilmember Michael Kubosh, who's at large, certainly the Harris County District Attorney Devin Anderson, good to be with her again, and of course standing with me is Chief Martha Montalvo. This is an exciting day for Houston and the city. Today we begin the process of becoming the largest city to deploy body cameras for all of our uniformed officers, and I believe this is the camera itself. The officers working the shift are among the first to receive the cameras, and I want to thank District Attorney Devin Anderson for her financial help in getting us up to this point. So thank you so very, very much. And I also want to acknowledge Ray Hunt, the president, as well. Body-worn cameras have received a lot of media attention in recent months due to high-profile incidents in other cities and here in Houston. There is no question that being a police officer is dangerous, and I think each one of these individuals can certainly attest to that. Each of you comes to work every day not knowing if you will return home to your families and friends at the end of your shift. It's a job that requires split-second life and death decision making, and there are always those who question whether it was the right decision. And I do want to acknowledge even the constable who was shot earlier, I think this morning, and wish a quick and speedy recovery for him and praying for his family as well. These cameras can be beneficial for our officers and for the public. No longer will it be he said, she said. Just like the automatic replay in sports, we're going to depend on these cameras to show us what really happened. If a motorist shows signs of being impaired, we will see it on the video. If there's a domestic violence incident occurring when officers arrive on the scene, we will see it also on this video. If the suspect has a gun pulled and pointed at an officer, we will see that on the video. And if the officer misuses or abuses his or her authority, we will see that as well. It is my hope that that these cameras show us what we already know in this city, and that is the overwhelming majority of our police officers are dedicated and committed to this city and keeping this city safe. And we believe firmly, and I certainly believe, that this camera will certainly affirm that. Per HPD's body-worn camera policy, officers will not be able to turn the cameras on and off at their discretion. They are evidence-gathering devices. They will also help ensure enforcement is occurring in a very professional manner. My message to each of you here today is to make it your personal goal to be good ambassadors for the city of Houston, and I believe we have 5,200 roughly good ambassadors for the people in this city. We depend on you to keep us safe. We also want you to be safe out there yourselves. In both instances, we now have a way to look back at what happened and increase, I think, people's trust in everyone in the system in this city. When you walk out of here and get in your squad cars, keep in mind that you now have a new crime-fighting tool with you. It can be of help to you and each and every person you come in contact with. I want to thank you. I want to thank the men and women of the city who serve this city each and every day, the sacrifices that you're making, not only you, but I want to thank your families as well. And it's my hope that this particular device will only help to make this city safer and create and enhance the relationship between police and the community, because when all is said and done, we're on the same page fighting those who want to commit crimes against citizens in this city. Having said that, let me now pause and bring up Chief Montalvo, the Chief of HPD.
Thank you, Mayor. The cameras are going to start here, the deployment here at Central. Each deployment will take about a month, and the reason it's going to take a month is because we want to make sure that we have the training part down pat, and we want to make sure that we work out any technical issues. So the deployment will continue until we have a total of 4,100 cameras out in all the patrol districts to the first responders, And we are looking at a time period of anywhere from 12 to 18 months. And as a reminder, in 2013, we had a pilot program of 100 cameras. And the pilot assisted in refining the technology that we were going to need and helped us in drafting the policy, which all of you should have access to. I believe there's going to be some printed copies for you in the back. We anticipate that the body-worn cameras are going to foster accountability from both sides of the lens, and it's also going to help improve public trust. This project, as the mayor said, ultimately will be the largest implementation of body cameras by a police agency in this country. So a sincere thanks to Mayor Turner and to the city council members that are here today for supporting this, and a sincerest thank to the DA. Obviously, she brought the money. But I did not want to forget about the men and women of the Houston Police Department. These are very smart, very young-looking, by the way, officers.
Thank you. You referring to me?
Oh, yes, sir, you too.
Oh, okay, thank you.
But these officers are very smart individuals. They understand the need for police community relations. They understand the value of technology, and they're the ones who are going to be using this technology for the betterment of our community. So thank you very much. I will now introduce Captain Skillern, who's actually going to do a little demonstration in terms of the technology.
Afternoon, guys and ladies, officers. If y'all don't know me, I am Mike Skillern. I'm the captain of the gang division here at HPD. But more importantly, I've been involved in this project for about 2.5 years since it first started. And just a little quick history: long before the Freddie Gray incident in New York, long before the Michael Brown incident in Ferguson, we started down this path. The chief at the time wanted to be the first big department to have full deployment of these cameras, and here in about 12 to 18 months, we will have achieved that goal. I can say from your perspective as officers, I know there may be a little apprehension about having most things you do videoed, but I can tell you what you're going to find in very short order is those that did the 100 camera pilot the chief spoke of earlier, that apprehension went away quickly. You'll find this is a great evidence gathering tool. You're going to get video of folks with narcotics that you pull out of their pockets. You're going to get video of assaults while they're happening before you stop them. You're going to get video of people acting crazy, so when they show up in court in a suit, you'll be able to show the judge, hey, well, no, this is actually what it looked like that night. And as importantly, you're going to have video that's going to increase transparency, like the chief spoke of, and it's going to show the citizens that we go about our jobs, as we know, very professional every day. The department has gone to great lengths to pick what we think is the best camera for us. Made it very easy on the end user. You can see I have one up here. Once it's turned on, you'll just go about your day. When we're going to get into a law enforcement interaction, whether we're going to be on a traffic stop, whether we're flagged down by a citizen, whether we're going to answer a burglary call or somebody's got the car broken into, we just reach up very easily and touch the button. Now it's recording. We'll go about our call. We'll handle our business, whether we're putting somebody in jail or we're taking a report or we're helping somebody find their way. And then when we're done, we'll simply turn it off. Very, very easy to use. Once we're done at the end of the shift, we'll come. We have docking stations at all the patrol stations. You just go put it in at the end of the shift. In a matter of a few minutes, it's uploaded and we're done. And then that video evidence is there to help us down the road. So the vendor is here today, who is going to help you get them mounted before we get started. We've got a couple hours on the policy that we're going to go over here in a little while, but the vendor is going to come in and help us all get these out of the box and mounted if y'all pull them out.
Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing?
Hold on one second. Just before you get started with the demonstration, because I know this is going to be interactive, let me call on Devin Anderson from the Harris County DA office. And certainly want to thank the DA for a contribution to these body cameras. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. So after the events in Ferguson and officer shootings in Harris County, I attended a number of town hall meetings. And both Mayor Turner and Chief Montalvo were a part of a lot of those discussions with concerned citizens, and we all listened. It became overwhelmingly clear that residents of Harris County, many of them were frustrated and believed that more transparency was needed. These concerns led to a demand that law enforcement officers who are on patrol in our city and in our county should be wearing cameras. Law enforcement professionals and many elected officials supported the idea, but at one point during these compelling community discussions, the subject changed from let's do it to how are we going to pay for it? The cameras are not cheap. And one person at our meeting suggested starting like a campaign to raise money to pay for them. But I was driving home one night from one of these meetings, and I was thinking that maybe our office could use some of our asset forfeiture funds to buy some cameras for officers. After all, this is the money that we seize from criminals, so crooks have bought your cameras.
Hey, there you go.
And that's exactly what ended up happening. I wrote 2 checks totaling $1.9 million specifically for the purchase of these cameras. A $1 million check was given to HPD, and I'm very excited to be here today to see that become a reality. As the district attorney and from a prosecutor's perspective, the videos that these police body cameras will capture will be a welcome piece of additional evidence that will hopefully shed light on police-citizen interactions and provide important evidence for criminal investigations. But I want everybody to know that these videos are not expected to be a shiny new bullet that will solve all the cases. I'm proud to stand here with Mayor Turner and Chief Montalvo and these dedicated Houston police officers who put their lives on the line every day. And officers, I hope these cameras are going to help you stay safe on the streets, and I hope that it will bring transparency to the outstanding work that you're doing on the streets every day. Thank you for your service.
Let me just add, this is another example of the collaboration between the county and the city. So we certainly very much appreciate that. Now, Captain, if you want to come back and pick up where you left
The
off.
vendor's going to help you guys all get your cameras mounted now if y'all take them out.
We'll hope you get suited up. If you open up your box, you should have a plastic bag. You're going to want to look for this mount, the magnetic mount. You should have the camera, and you should have a docking cradle, and you should have a white box which will have the power supply. But if you reach out and do the mount first, you want this magnetic mount, take that out of the bag. It's a 2-piece mount. You grab it from behind and separate it, pull it apart. The magnets are strong, so you're going to have to pull it apart. The back plate is what's going to go underneath your uniform shirt, kind of like what I have underneath my shirt. The magnet will go on the front. We recommend that you wear it on the right side, probably over your name tag, but you'll have to find an optimal place. We'll help you get it suited on. It will go through your pocket if you want to try to pocket.
Yeah,
You can do center line, you can do left side. So if you want to go and slide it in, we'll help see if you can
Maybe
get it.
underneath your name tag.
Yeah.
Underneath your name tag.
You don't have a lot of real estate. So the magnet's self-aligning, so once you get the back plate in, they will
He meant
clip
above.
together.
He meant above. I was a curriculum designer.
Once they snap together, you're done. Those that have that, if you want to grab your camera,
This right here, is this the magnet?
that is the magnetic mount, sir.
And how do it goes where now?
This, if you separate this, sir.
Yeah, this
grab
is
it
my
from behind.
this is my uniform.
Okay. That's your uniform.
wants to
It'll
wear
go
it.
right there.
Yeah.
We will get you suited up, sir.
This is the one that they gave
Okay.
me.
And if you mount that on the bottom, get you hooked up, you slid over, and there you go. And you are now suited up to hit the streets,
I'm
Mayor.
ready.
Let's grab somebody and just get all pulled up and face that way so they can.
Okay. Okay. Put my clip on the mayor. I'm gonna grab one of these. One of the taller ones.
You set?
So you're set? Yes, sir. You want to lower it down. Well, you might want to mount that camera first.